This man massacred an entire McDonald's restaurant because he didn't get a call back from a mental health facility. On the 15th of July in 1984, James Huberty told his wife that he thought he was having a mental health crisis. So a couple of days later, he called a mental health crisis helpline and he left his details, and they said that they would call him back within the next couple of hours. So he waited by the phone, but the call never came. It was later reported that because James had sounded calm and polite during the entire phone conversation, that the call handler deemed it to be a non-crisis, which meant that it had to be handled within 48 hours, not within the next few hours like he was expecting. James, his wife, and their 2 children spent some time at San Diego Zoo. They were walking around having a nice normal family day when James comments to his wife that his life was effectively over, and also commented that society had their chance, talking about the failed phone call. Later that day, when the family had returned home, James goes up to his wife, gives her a kiss and says, "I just want to kiss you goodbye." And then Edna, his wife, asks him where he's planning on going, what he's doing, and he replies that he's going hunting for humans. As he was leaving, he walks past his daughter and he tells her goodbye and says that he won't be back. As he was walking out of the house, he was holding multiple weapons, and he also had hundreds of rounds of ammunition for each weapon. Just before 4 p.m, James enters a local McDonald's, which is literally seconds away from his house. When he goes in there's about 45 to 50 customers, and then James opens fire. He would go on to kill 21 people and injure a further 19. Some people managed to survive the attack by playing dead for over an hour, including 11-year-old Joshua Coleman, who literally saw his 2 best friends unalived right in front of his eyes. The youngest victim was tragically an 8-month-old baby boy who was killed between his parents. Police were massively criticised for this because they didn't handle it quick enough in a lot of people's opinions, because it took a total of 77 minutes for the police to apprehend the man. Within the first 10 minutes of the attack starting, that was when the first police officer arrived, until a total of 175 police officers would be there surrounding the entire building, but they didn't know how many people were actually inside the restaurant. They didn't know how many shooters there were. They just didn't know what to expect, so nobody went in and ambushed the situation. They also couldn't see into the building because a lot of the bullets had ricocheted around so much and smashed pretty much every single window. Survivors that were inside the restaurant at the time said that the shooting was pretty consistent for the whole 77 minutes, and that one victim even got shot 45 minutes apart. It would end up being a man called Charles Foster, who was part of the SWAT team, who was sniping from across the street just on top of a building, and he got a clear shot of James Huberty and he took it, and he ended his life with just 1 shot. For a long time, this was America's deadliest massacre, and it caused the police to change the way that they dealt with active shooters. And James's wife Edna would actually go on to sue McDonald's, saying that the preservatives and things that were found in the food is what caused James to have this meltdown and go on to unalive a mass amount of people. But she lost the case.